Digging straight down in Terraria looks like this. You will generally see Terraria players digging straight down often in the very early game, where gathering minerals and chest loot from the dark caverns is crucial for a speedy progression. However, it is quite slow. With the failure of a pickaxe known as the copper pickaxe, it takes half a second to mine a single block of dirt, or 3/4 of a second for a single block of stone. That is an abysmal mining rate. But there may be a way to at least partially ameliorate this problem. The Terrarian is 2 blocks wide, but what if we could make it so that they fit within 1 block? That would halve the amount of blocks we need to mine. And yes, indeed, we can do that. Using a quick setup in a glitchy Terraria block physics, we can pull this off. The setup for this is very simple. Dig a small crevice like this with a small stair-step hole. Then use a grappling hook to grapple in at an angle like this. If you did it correctly, then your character will clip into this block, and that is what makes this possible. From there, simply dig down. Make sure not to use Smart Cursor, as that will automatically try to dig a 2-block tunnel. Once you thoroughly get into the tunnel, simply spam your hook to keep traveling downward while mining down. Once you get into a cave, you can exit easily like this. If you want to enter a tunnel you've made already, just repeat the process to get down it again. No rope, no enemies, no fall damage. Not bad. This strategy is definitely useful for speeding up the early game rush for caves if you wish to do it, but it is no magic bullet. First, it requires a grappling hook to pull off, which, unless you're playing journey mode, can only be used after you've already ventured underground. Thus, it isn't useful for the first cave rush, only subsequent mining trips. This limits its effectiveness a bit, but still gives it plenty of time to be useful. Despite these downsides though, this remains a somewhat interesting and useful piece of Terraria trivia that you might not have known. It is definitely still a valid way to speed up the slog that early game can tend to become. It is most useful for any kind of basic speedrunning, like in THC or other competitive PvP events. But even if you've budgeted yourself all the time in the world, you should still take some time to try this for yourself. Hello, if you're part of 3/4 of my viewers who aren't subscribed, I ask you to subscribe. Here's some of my other content on the left and right. Either way, thank you for watching, and good day and goodbye.